Sergeant Frederick Peake. Sergeant Frederick Peake lived in Sheerness and took part in the charge of the Light Brigade. On the 25th of October 1854, 600 men of the Light Brigade charged the Russian guns during the Battle of Balaclava. Sergeant Frederick Peake was one of the 600. Sergeant Frederick Peake was the last survivor of his regiment. He lived at 37 Elmer Road, Sheerness, and is buried at Halfway Cemetery. Frederick enlisted in the 13th Light Dragoons at the age of 18. The charge of the Light Brigade was made by the Light Brigade of the British Cavalry, which included the 13th Light Dragoons. The Light Cavalry, armed with lances and sabres, made a frontal assault, charging directly into the well-entrenched and prepared Russian artillery positions. "Forward, the Light Brigade! Charge for the guns," he said. Half a league, half a league, half a league onwards, into the valley of death rode Sergeant Frederick Peake with the 600. Frederick charged into a hellish wall of artillery fire and was wounded by canister shot, his arm shattered only yards from the enemy guns. Frederick was one of the few who came back through the jaws of death and back from the mouth of hell. After the battle, he was invalided to England and discharged from the army on the pension of 1 shilling and 3p a day. Frederick died on the 18th of December 1906, aged 77, and was buried at Halfway Cemetery with full military honours. The gun carriage was drawn by 4 black horses. A 20-strong firing party fired 3 volleys over his grave. His jacket, with the damage to the right arm which occurred during the charge of the Light Brigade, and his medals are at the National Army Museum, London. Honour the charge they made. Honour the Light Brigade. Noble 600. Sergeant Frederick Peake, Sheppey hero.